Tabletop time.
I'm Jen.
I'm Rob.
I'm Dave.
Hold on right there just for 1 second. This is the last roleplay session on Tabletop Time.
That's right, everyone. It is time to make your way over to Tabletop Time Roleplay and click subscribe so that you can continue to experience our wonderful little roleplay adventures.
So go on and check it out for 2 at least roleplay videos a week and maybe even some more extra stuff. Links in the descriptions. Tabletop Time Roleplay. You're going to love it. In the meantime, let's get grim.
Today, we are finishing our first, mini campaign chapter thing of the Grimm Gang. Jazz's character is, spoilers if you haven't watched the previous episodes, spoilers end or start, he's dead. He's dead. He's a corpse.
Ding dong,
he's
Wolf
hanging
Gang's
from his
dead.
feet in a town for murder. So he's out of here. Our characters are currently, in what state would you describe yourselves?
Shaken,
Burnt
bit stirred.
to a crisp.
Yeah, very, very injured. They've just met up with Villamar, who has assured them the assistance of the Grimm Gang as they go to fight what they think to be the second and final Baba Yaga.
Yes.
They've just had children assist them in homicide, killing the other
It's
one.
a great day.
It's a good day out.
Child-assisted homicide. Just get them to lift the feet up and help put the grandma in
Hey,
the oven.
they did a better job than I
They
did.
saved your lives,
They did
actually.
save our lives, very much so.
Yeah, and I'm not going to do that again.
That's fine.
I just saw an opportunity to make it just like the fairy tale, and I was like, I have to. Okay,
Someone
so
has to tell the story.
we left our episode with Helga going in she's been treated
Yes.
and looked after, and you guys rest, and I'm going to let you recuperate 1 level of injury. You spend about an hour or 2.
So
Just take one dash off your negatives.
serious injury goes
Just
to 2?
take 1. So you just net take 1 off your injuries.
This is the first time I've not been injured since episode 1. Well, no, I'm still injured. I'm just less injured.
Yeah.
I'd also like to note that I have giant oven mitts over my hands now.
Okay, so you're wearing oven mitts. You basically can't use your hands.
Yep.
So you may end up having a disabling characteristic. And I'm going to give you both a destiny point.
Great. They have 2 disabling characteristics then. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, if Helga gets continued to be played, you may have one, which is severely burnt hands.
I think Helga's going to retire after this.
Why?
Because she's useless now.
Grim
No,
brothers
she's not.
For life.
Severely burnt hands won't mean she can't use her hands, but it'll mean like that she can't like feel things.
That could be useful.
So so it's like you can still throw things, but all the nerve endings in your fingertips are dead, so you can't like tell hot and cold with your hands and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
They're not like cooked to.
All the time.
They're not cooked to perfection, but the surface skin is all destroyed.
Okay.
And she could lose her hands if they get infected and stuff. But
Yeah.
you've got Tillman to take care of that.
Exactly.
The squad's apothecary.
Anyway. Cool.
Cool.
We rest.
So you rest for a little bit and you ready up to go out. And you will be journeying out with, in fact, it will be Tillman Villamar and our recently introduced friend from last episode, whose name was Lutz. She was saying it was Lutz. Lutz. Lutz the whaler. And they're all geared up and ready to go.
Great.
And when you're ready, they'll head out.
Do they give anything to the kids? I know Gretel's got a knife on her.
One of the Grimm Gang returns they go out to town and they come back with like a bit more suitable clothing, like a coat, a little cloak. One of them hands Gretel like a hooded cloak, a red hooded cloak, and says, "This belongs to a young girl who was missing here from several weeks before you. But you can have it. Their parents say you can have it now." So yeah, there was a young girl who she actually came back to town. She was rescued by a strange man. She says she was eaten by a wolf, but she's alive, so obviously she wasn't eaten by a wolf. And but she's so traumatized by it. That was the cloak she was wearing that she doesn't actually want to wear that anymore. So it got donated.
Interesting.
So now Hansel is wearing a little red hood. Would be suitable for horse riding or something like that, keeping the weather off you. Anyway, very subtle.
Wait, is Hansel wearing or is Gretel wearing?
Gretel.
Gretel's wearing it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great.
Some more bloodstains around the base of it.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
We head out.
I mean, if we're walking there, I'm going to be talking to Veloma and just be like, well, when we encountered her, she had the ability to throw us around like we were puppets on strings.
Yes, perhaps with a witch you should not be so obvious in your aggressions.
Well, yes, I agree.
Sorry, what time? It's late, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
You start to journey out, following your map. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get Bryn to make a survival check to navigate the map again.
Ooh. 2 successes?
Do you see how many fucking ones I rolled tonight?
That's a shame.
But you're getting like negative bias on it because the actual success rate is fine. It's just when you fail, the dice have been ones.
Yeah.
But 2s and 3s fail as well. You just haven't been rolling as many.
Yeah.
So your 1s only upset you if you need a 2+ to hit. Okay. 2 successes. You navigate for a while and you journey in. Sort of twilight begins to push through. And you hear... Bryn, you start to feel unsettled. You start to feel sick and clammy. Mm-hmm. Your skin gets a pallor to it, slick with sweat. And the trees, there's a wind in the breeze and it seems to whisper. You're almost... If you concentrated, you could try and... It sounds like you could pick out words out of the wind. You'd have to actively want to do that.
I would like to actively
make a perception check. Challenge level 3. 1, so you can't. It just sounds like voices on the wind. Mm-hmm. Helga doesn't care.
Oh, I'll try. Yeah. I just assumed you weren't talking to me. Perception?
Yep. Challenge level 3.
6. Oh, -2. No.
I'm going to say no to this. This is different. Usually, yes, from your injuries, but your ears are fine. 3 successes. As you walk through, and it sounds like voices on the wind, and you can hear, Yo, Helga, Bryn, Hansel, Gretel. And it just repeats. And then eventually, as you keep journeying, 20 minutes later, it's just constant. You hear, Yo, talk, my sister. It blows through the wind.
I kind of chuckle to myself. I turn to Bryn and say, can you hear that?
The winds are strong tonight.
Yes, wind. Is it coming in any, can I just, is it all around me?
It's all around you,
okay.
yeah.
Cool. Whatevs. Keep going.
Villamar says, what is troubling you?
I just feel a bit under the weather.
And Tillman looks at you and says, shall we let more blood?
Would it help?
Perhaps. Too much blood can set your balance out.
I'd best not if I need to fight.
I'll go up to Wilma and I'll tell her that I'm hearing voices on the wind.
She looks at you. Witchcraft. We must be careful. Do not listen to them. They will lead you astray.
I put my earmuffs over my ears.
Your big mittens.
Keep walking.
Love it. All right. So you head on, and the forest gets darker and deeper. But eventually, through your navigation... Oh, and the 3 members of the gang have, flaming torches in their hands.
Kill the beast.
The sun is almost set, and you arrive at a large iron fence with skulls atop.
Is there a house in the middle?
There is. It's just a regular cottage, though. It's not spinning on its feet.
This is very similar to the other 2 houses.
This looks like it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I turn to Vilma and say, what is the plan?
This is your mission.
I look down at my oven mittens and look back at her.
What is your plan?
We need to make sure that a witch lives here.
Yeah, she might not be inside.
Then go do this.
Do you want me to scout it out, or one of the kids, or?
I'll do it.
Okay. Bryn walks forward.
I'm going to knock on the front door.
You knock on the front door, and as you knock, the door sort of creaks inwards at the pressure of the knock. It wasn't latched, and it just opens inwards. There's no lights inside.
Hello? Anyone home?
There's no response.
Is it dark inside?
Yeah.
Can I see?
Do you have a light source? No. So you can see like a little bit of the sunset coming through windows and stuff. It looks similar to the other houses.
I would like to walk around inside.
Cool. What's she looking for in particular?
Mortar and pestle?
It's not there.
Not anywhere.
No. You go upstairs, you look around. There's a cage. It's empty. There's a big oven. There's the usual. It's pretty similar to the other two houses.
Okay, but no one's here as far as I can tell.
No one's here.
Okay, well then I'll head back outside.
Cool.
Be like, hey, it's empty. But it's very similar to the other houses, and there's cages upstairs that would fit small children in them.
So what is your plan?
Well, she's going to have to come back at some point, surely. Maybe we set a trap for her.
A trap?
Yeah.
Okay. You have to cut. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not going. She is not going to tell you what to do. That is an out of character moment. You guys need to play the game,
That's
not
fine.
the NPC.
That's fine. But I just think as a leader,
but she's given you this mission, and you have decades of experience. It's like a lieutenant in the military ordering someone to do something that it's like you have your mission. You have authority to carry it out.
so
I think we... Okay.
we could use the children as bait, as was originally intended.
Well, we know she's going to come back here anyway. It's her home. I think we just lie in wait inside maybe, or... We know that the last time the witch flew on a mortar and pestle through that large window upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if we assume she's going to come back through there, we leave that one unlocked, bar the rest, and be ready to close it, then put the whole house up on fire.
Okay. So we go in and start barring the house and then lie in wait,
Yes.
aside from the window.
Do you want us all to go inside?
Well, if she comes in on the top floor, we want the flames to spread as quickly as possible inside. So
I think some should wait outside in case she comes back while we're in there.
We will snuff our torches and hold the perimeter. The bait is to do with as you will.
I'll go in with Bryn and I'll help you close up as best as I can with my oven-mitted hands.
the doors and windows and stuff.
If that's what you want to do.
Yeah, but we need some way of securing the window she's going to fly through.
Well, she won't fly back out.
I think she will if it's on fire.
Yeah, that's true. Unless one of us waits inside. And locks it behind her.
It's a suicide mission.
I'm happy to volunteer.
You're terrified of burning,
Yep.
so I'm going to get you
am.
need to roll a destiny roll to see if you can even volunteer to do that. 19.
I kind of see it as like
yeah.
I've lost my profession, which was like I was a baker at one point, and
But
I
you
worked with
lost
my
that
hands.
already, right? You've given that up ages ago.
Yes, but like that's a lot for me, and now that she's taken something really precious away from me,
Okay.
she needs to die.
So what's the play?
Thinking.
You think faster. All right, so what are you doing, Jen?
I reckon start barring stuff up.
Okay.
Yeah, bar the bottom floor.
Okay.
Yep.
So you spend like half an hour doing this, and then what's the next step?
I'll wait in the wardrobe.
And what are you doing
under
with the
bed.
kids?
I don't think they're needed.
Cool. All right, so you were hiding in the wardrobe, and what's Bryn do?
Am I able to climb onto the roof, like the outside of the house? That way, if I see her flying, I can drop down on the edge and close the window behind her.
Yeah, make an athletics check to climb up the side of the building. Challenge level 2. Get onto the roof.
Oh,
3.
Okay, Bryn successfully climbs up onto the side of the roof and perches. You perch sort of behind the chimney, so you've got a little bit of cover too on the roof, above the large round window. Cool. And you just wait.
Yep.
And you're shut in the cupboard.
Yep.
A little bit of time passes. And then you see a mortar and pestle fly towards the house.
I knock gently on the roof.
Make a perception check.
Challenge level.
3.
Oop.
Okay, you fail.
I'm not going to roll the next
You
one.
spot the mortar and pestle, and there's a sort of shape in it, but it's flying towards the window very quickly. You knock on the roof a little bit,
Just gently.
and then the window opens. The pestle flies in.
Cool.
The window shuts.
I don't want to leave until she's downstairs is the plan for me. Unless
Okay.
something happens in that time.
Cool. You don't want to leave.
As in reveal myself.
You make a perception check, challenge level 3. Helga.
Normal roll, no penalties. 1, 2, 2. Yeah, okay. Yep.
You hear some strange creaking as floorboards move around.
Okay.
But you're in a cupboard, right?
Yeah, no wardrobe, yeah.
Downstairs or upstairs?
I am upstairs. My plan is to lock that window as soon as she's...
Okay. You're not really sure, but after a while the sound seems to fade away.
Okay.
What are you doing? You can't hear her at all anymore.
I'm going to try to open the door a little bit so I can peek through.
Yeah, you don't see anything in the room.
Okay. I'll get out.
Cool. There's a mortar and pestle, large one, sitting in the middle of the room.
Great. I go over to the window and I lock it.
Okay. You go over to the window and lock it. The window latches shut.
Great.
You blink. When you open your eyes, you're looking through solid glass rather than like wood timber spoked paned glass, and it's foggy and dusty.
Okay. So the windows change completely. I touch it.
It's warm to the touch.
Okay. Can I spend a few minutes like
So
investigating it?
you look at the window itself.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you look around at all?
Yeah, yeah. Just kind of like, what the fuck? Yeah.
You turn around
Oh, God. Yeah.
and you are standing in a massive square iron room with soot all across the floor.
Uh-huh.
There is a ticking sound of a pilot light sort of starting to burn.
I can probably imagine I'm inside
You
an
feel
oven.
like you're in a giant oven.
Great. And I kind of turn back to where the window was. Mm-hmm. Is it still there? Is it
The
disappeared?
window's there. It's like the door of an oven that you're looking out of, but it's comically way too big.
Okay. Can I open it at all, or not from where I'm standing?
You go to open it and your hand's like out. You can't with
I've
the
got the
pain,
giant
pain
oven
in your
mitts.
hands with the oven mitts on.
Great. Okay.
And you see a looming shadow, like shadow puppets creep across the front of the window of a face.
Great.
And then a cackling in the back of your mind.
Okay. Cool.
Bryn,
So I'm on the roof above
you hear the window latch shut.
Yeah. If I look over the edge, is there any way that I could jam my axe in a way that would keep the window shut?
Yeah, you feel that you could.
I would like to do that.
Cool. I'm gonna say you make a Make a skill check with your weapon. Which you don't usually do, but I'll allow it.
It's just the same as a combat roll, right?
Yeah, but -1 dice because just using one attribute, not two.
Okay. I have 2 in strength.
Oh, then you're fine. Challenge level would have been like 3.
Cool.
Yeah,
I did it.
Smash it.
Yay.
There's a thunk on the outside of the oven, and you manage to close the. You think you've smashed the window, so it's shut, sort of stuck shut.
Cool. Then I would like to climb off the house and creep back to the forest line.
You start to walk away from the house, and as you step, your feet step on the soft grass, and then the sound of your own footfalls turns to hard, like stone, and you look down and stone is pushing up through the grass underneath you as you're walking. The trees around you start to like push closer to you and twist together.
Okay.
And make a perception check. Challenge level 2.
Both of us or just me?
Just you.
1.
1 success. You can't really tell what's happening, but it's weird. The distance between you and the gate seems to be getting longer too, like the path is stretching ahead of you. You're in an oven.
Great.
There was a whispering voice. Why did you come here?
I'm pretty much terrified at this point, but I will say back to her that you cannot be allowed to run amok around these people.
Why?
You cause nothing but suffering and pain.
You know nothing of what I do.
You know nothing of what you do to everyone else.
You kill like you did my sister.
You kill too.
We feed. We eat. It is no different from you.
No, it is so much worse.
You have darkness in your past.
I won't say anything.
Do you want to live or die?
I do not care, only that you perish.
You picked the wrong sister. And by now you are reaching the front and you get to the gate. And by the time you get there, the trees have pushed into the fence and you reach what you visually realize is the inside of the front door to the cottage. And the whole world around you inside Baba Yaga's domain has like folded up out of nature and built a giant cottage around you. And the original, when you like glance back, you see the oven in the center of the kitchen that was the cottage you just came from. And there are these massive looming shadows like creeping in and around the corners of the room.
I hate to think what this looks like to the outsiders. Like, are we just like...
I would like to start a fire.
Okay, make a survival check.
Challenge level?
Challenge level 3. You're in a room.
3?
4.
4.
4 successes. You begin to push together some things and light a little fire in the corner of the room. And a voice whispers through to you. Bryn, you cannot burn. The forest is too wet.
But is it started a fire in front of me?
Yeah, there's a small fire.
Is there anything I can use to make a torch?
Sure.
Yep.
Just like a broom.
Cool. Then I want to do that and I want to start running around and setting everything on fire.
Okay. It's not catching very easily. Like you've started a little fire on the floor, but it's not like taking off. It's kind of like trying to burn like wet wood. So it's just smoking a lot. Jen, you see a face in front of the oven lean in and a crooked, horrible nose bent down, and you see Baba Yaga. And Are you just sitting? Like, you're slowly getting hotter in here?
I'm slowly starting to freak out. I probably will try to keep trying to sort of open the door. But
Make a destiny roll.
Obviously, that's not going to work. 15.
15. You manage to like clamber desperately at the front of the oven, and the door pulls open, but not by your accord.
Okay.
It was open from the outside.
Yeah, right.
And as you sort of fall out of this oven, and I'll let you know, you guys are in like, this is maze-like and weird. So sort of like things are twisting and corridors are shifting and changing. And the door gets pulled open by this extremely long arm, probably 8 foot long, just the arm. And it seems to have an extra joint in it, like a 2 elbowed arm that pulls out, and it's extending from the body of this Baba Yaga, who is standing probably on legs of about 8 foot long that are long and double jointed and bony and foul. And she's like crooked and bending over. So she's looming over you, and this big pan scoops down to like come towards you like a baking pan. What do you do?
Run away
Just
from
run.
it.
Make a athletics check. Challenge level 2.
Oh, I only got once.
She scoops you in her pan and puts you on the table. And you are just basically at the whim of this horrifying creature.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Bryn, you trying to just burn the place, get out, stay in, fight?
Like I ran towards the door and the door disappeared and turned into a forest. So
Yeah.
I want to keep trying to burn stuff. So I've got no better ideas.
Just lighting everything on fire. That's fair enough. You hear a foggy bit of noise outside that sounds like commotion from outside, but you can't really tell what it is. You think it might be the Grimm gang. From inside, you hear, Bryn, what drives you here? What darkness is in your past? I would have it.
I'm not going to respond to it. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm here to kill evil and she's evil.
Do you want to live, Bryn?
If it means that I die... No, I'm not going to respond to it. No, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not going to play her games. I'm too
Okay,
single-minded.
you're just going to run around?
I'm too single-minded.
Okay. Well, she keeps whispering at you and it says, I will make you a deal. And she says the same to Helga.
In a last attempt, I'm going to try and use the whistle that I have for Bryn to call him when we're apart.
So you don't respond?
I don't
If you
respond.
blow the Bryn whistle?
Yep.
You hear the Bryn whistle from somewhere in the center of the house, which you there's now internal walls have come up. You're in like a corridor. And it kind of directs you towards Helga.
Yeah, I'll head there.
I can offer you your life for just one favor.
I'm not going to say anything, but I'm still listening.
She doesn't speak any
Okay.
further. Cool.
I've already told you, you mad woman. You perish.
You cannot possibly fight me.
I shall try.
Bryn, you managed to burst your way into the center of the place, lighting things on fire as you go. And you see Helga on a table, loomed over by this horrible-looking creature.
Can I try and set the horrible creature on fire?
You can attempt to.
Oh!
As soon as you approach, the fire just disappears.
I thought that was bad for her.
And she says, little children should not play with fire.
Am I still in a pan
Yes.
to my psyche? Is there anything around me or is it all just shadows?
You're in the big kitchen, but you are very small.
Do I still have my bowler on me?
Yes.
Okay, I know I've got oven mitts. I just want to throw it like away. I'm not planning on aiming at anything. The point is to get it off of my person and onto the floor. Can I do
The
that?
bolus?
Yes.
Yeah, you can drop your bolus on the ground.
Yeah, but I want to get it out of the pan. Like I'm trying to throw it
Sure.
away. But I'm not
You
trying
don't
to...
even need to roll. You get it out of the pan.
Great. All right. I'm going to leave that there. Imagine the harpoon would have gotten left as well. I wouldn't have been able to carry
Say
that.
it's in the cupboard that you first were hiding in.
Okay. All right. No worries. I do that and that's my turn.
Okay. Bryn?
I've got nothing.
You just cooked. All right, so you're not going to listen to Baba Yaga the bony-legged?
No, she's evil. I'm single-minded. My mission is to kill evil things. She's evil. She's using magic. Clearly what's going on around me is not right, so it's her. It's magic. I don't have a weapon, and she put out my fire. Mm-hmm. And every time I approach her, she's going to throw me away with air. I'm out. I got no options.
I'm done.
I'll hear a deer out.
Okay,
So
so what do you say?
I'll turn to her and be like, what is this deal?
Do you wish to escape this place with your life, coward?
What is your deal?
Do me a favor, and you can leave.
I am listening.
You must agree to my task.
No way.
Fail, and you will die.
Why should I trust you?
Because if you do not, you'll die anyway.
And perish it is.
Okay.
Are our members doing anything? Oh, you don't know.
You don't know.
Okay.
And what of you, Bryn? Do you wish to live?
I'm going to try and attack her.
Does my bolus
Like,
land?
I'm going to try and beat the shit out of it because I don't have a weapon.
Okay.
Does my bola land near him?
Yeah, it just landed on the ground.
Okay. Cool.
Make an attack roll.
Unarmed is +0.
Yep.
Base 3 plus attributes. Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh.
3 successes.
One of my better rolls for today.
Two.
You swing your fist. You get a level 1 victory.
Oh.
What do you do with it?
I'd like to inflict an injury.
You swing your fist and it flies through one of her legs and out the other side and is like a woof of blurriness as your fist passes through her. And make a perception check, challenge level 2.
2, 3.
3 successes. For a moment in the wake of your like angry resistant punch where you're like, fuck this, I'm just going to fight. It's almost like tracing where your path of your arm went. It's like a cloud is what's like dissipating. Like it pushes this aside and you see like a window of reality through this punch. And you suddenly in that moment realize that this is an illusion. Like what you're seeing isn't actually happening. It's in your mind. And like when you swung your punch, you saw like the dark interior of a cottage. And it passed straight through her. Secret roll.
Do I see any of this?
You don't see. You've kind of given up.
Okay.
Or that was your choice, whereas he's fighting. So
Yeah.
he's mentally fighting. So that's the difference.
Okay.
So Helga just thinks that she's a foot
In a pan.
tall in a pan on
Yep.
the kitchen counter.
Great. I'm Thumbelina.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep punching. I'm gonna say that he's not the most intelligent person anyway, and he's angry. So him being logical about what he's seen just now is off the table.
Okay. I'm going to get you to make another combat roll. Challenge level 2.
1.
1 success.
Destiny.
So Bryn's chance at spotting that for what it was, he he's at a precipice of like fighting a force that's oppressing his mind or abandoning reason to violence and just lashing out. And he was on that knife edge, and then he just flips. He had the path to realize that he can break out of the illusion by resisting it, and instead he just is enraged by the fact that his fist goes through, and you just start pummeling. And in your head, you grab Baba Yaga and throw her down onto the ground and just start punching her heavily, and you're beating like and bludgeoning, and there's like bones cracking and stuff. In Helga's head, Bryn is smashing his fists into the wall until they're bloody and just screaming into the sky.
Oh, okay. I'll try and I'll woof whistle again to Bryn and then be like, Bryn, what are you doing?
There was a question in Twitch chat, which just for clarity, because I only like to bring this up for clarity, is the house is not on fire at all. It's entirely an illusion, which Bryn almost realized.
I was going to ask it.
Yeah, so there's no fire. There never was any fire. He thought he made a fire, but he didn't. Just like Helga was never in the oven. So.
I'll call out to Bryn and say, what are you doing?
Do you heed Helga's call?
No.
Okay.
Cool.
So we're just going to stand here all day, or?
I guess. And the episode ends with the two of them insane inside an illusion that they won't break out of. The end.
Cool. Great.
It's not the end.
Okay, knowing that she's not going to say or do anything, I will act. I'm going to try and... She's holding the pen, right? I'm going to try and run up her arm.
Make an athletics check.
Great. -2, yeah?
No.
For injuries?
No.
No, okay.
There's a reason you haven't been making -2. It's because injury is only a physical injury checks.
Does athletics not?
I mean, it would if you were actually doing it.
Right. I get
So you're not actually doing that. You're not actually running up Baba Yaga's arm.
Yeah.
Your head is running up Baba Yaga, like your brain is.
3 successes.
3 successes. You manage to jump out of the pen, and she like tries to flick you off, and you run up the arm. What is your plan?
My plan is to... I want to get to her ear.
Yep.
And then I want to crawl inside. And if there's hair, just start literally pulling or grabbing my mitts and pulling it.
Ow.
Or her
Destiny.
hair, whatever's easier.
A 13. Okay, you don't get in her ear, you're too big, but you run up to the side of her head and just start yanking her hair really
Great.
harshly. I'm going to get you to make a combat roll against Baba Yaga.
Okay.
Don't have any penalties. And you need to beat 3. Go in her ear and kick her brain. 2 successes.
This matching just means I don't fail, is that correct?
Yeah. If you spend your destiny here and match, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, right.
Okay, you spend your destiny and you match, and you, after pulling a bunch of hair, you basically pull on the threads of reality, and you get that same glimpse that Bren did, seeing into that you're actually standing in a closed cupboard, yanking at clothes hanging from a thing.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to keep pulling her hair then, because if that's breaking reality, then I'll keep doing the same thing.
Okay, I'm going to get you to make a intelligence. Do you have occultism or anything?
General knowledge is the only thing that I have. Or cooking, if as long as I'm going to do a cooking.
I'm going to get you to make a perception check then.
Okay.
Challenge level 4. It's not easy.
Come on, baby. No, 2 successes.
2 successes. You also start to rip at hair and kind of get distracted off the path of what you're actually supposed to be doing.
Okay, all right.
And just as pulling hair out of this old woman who's getting beaten up in 2 different directions.
Okay, knowing that I've done this for a couple of minutes and nothing's really changing, nothing's really working. Can I jump off of her? And it's just into blackness, yeah?
It's the floor of the kitchen.
I'm going to jump off of her shoulder.
Make a endurance check to see if you've got the stones. Challenge level 3.
Yes.
4 successes. So you swallow your moment and you kind of look down at the ground and you jump.
Yep.
You fall through the air. You hit the ground. Smash. And you open your eyes. You're not dead despite the size of your drop. A cloud of dust blows away from your mouth as you exhale and you look up from the floor of the upstairs bedroom, roll onto your back and look at the open doors of the cupboard with clothes torn off hangers strewn all about the room.
Great. Okay. I dust myself off and have a quick look around the room.
Cool.
Is the window still locked?
Yes.
Okay. And is the mortar and pestle still
Yep.
sitting in the
It's
corner?
still in there.
Great. Okay. And there's no one in the room currently?
No. But you hear thrashing from downstairs.
Okay. I want to try and start a fire do like an investigation and see what's up here.
Make a survival check, challenge level 4.
Oh, I physically can't.
Starting a fire in a room with no fire and just there's you
Well, I
need
want
to
to
be
look for stuff that could start a fire, no?
not upstairs.
Okay, all right. I'll start heading downstairs.
Cool. You creep downstairs. You're gonna go sneakily or not sneakily?
I will go secretly.
Okay, make a stealth check.
I like that word.
Do I now -2 because I'm in, or am I still?
Yeah, you're now -2.
Then I physically can't pass that.
You sure?
Holy shit.
Are you sure that you physically can't pass that? Do you want to attempt to make the dice roll? You succeed.
What the fuck was
So
that?
for audiobook listeners, I just rolled 6 dice for a perception check and critically failed and got 0 successes. Jen's like, I can't physically succeed this check. I only have 1 dice. Rolls it, succeeds. Yeah, you did. You succeed.
Hooray!
You sneak down the stairs.
What the hell is that roll?
Yay!
That's why I don't
you
play
do this.
Warhammer. No, I do play
But you
Warhammer.
win.
That's what happens when I play Warhammer.
I do a
Okay.
sneaky.
You sneak downstairs. And you see Bryn on the floor in pure darkness. The window downstairs in the kitchen has curtains drawn shut, and he is thrashing, like punching things and just rolling on the floor. He seems to be like extremely distraught mentally in his own world. Make a perception check. Challenge level 2.
This will be like once, right? Oh no.
4 successes. Did you have negative dice from that?
Does it include?
Yeah, it's fine because even if you neg 2 successes, you'd be still at 2 successes. So you pass, but just
I thought it was just strength. I wasn't sure if it was okay.
so you see in like shadow form that there are like hands of a witch like in the shadows looming all around Bryn, who's writhing on the floor.
Okay.
And the shadows are like caressing his form, like tormenting him.
Is there an actual physical person aside
No.
from Brent? No. Okay. What is there anything around me that I can grab and throw, like a pan or a pot?
Yeah, there's
or
heaps of random stuff.
An onion. Okay, I want to grab like a orange or an onion or something, and then piff it at Bryn and hit him on the head.
It smacks into him
Nothing.
and he just bounces off.
Okay.
In Bryn's reality, the witch like lashes out at you and hits you.
Which, of course, makes me angrier.
Yeah. Yeah, so these shadows are like stabbing pins into him and like twisting and doing horrible things.
Is there a window near me?
Yeah, there's a window with a curtain drawn over it.
Okay, I want to open the curtain.
Cool. You whip open the blinds and you look out directly outside, and beaming through the window is a round full moon in the sky that has now risen.
Great.
And you step out of the way and the moonshine casts the shadows aside. So the shadows for a moment disappear off Bryn. And Bryn, the torment stops. Your eyes flick open and you're laying on the floor of the kitchen.
Are our friends outside, or are they?
You haven't had
see?
time to take stock.
Okay.
How do I feel?
Your heart's racing. Your fingers are bruised and bloodied. Your hand, like your knuckles. Your heart is like, doof, 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 doof. Like you feel sick, nauseous with having such an elevated heart rate.
Cool. I'm going to curse a lot complain about magic, and then get up and continue looking for this witch.
Cool. So as you go to stand up, your back is like so sore. You want to like crack it and move it around. You feel curled into a ball like you've been stuck there for hours.
Okay, then I don't get up.
Well, you can get up, but do you do anything about that, or do you just get up and
stretch,
suffer?
I guess.
Okay. So you watch, make a perception check, Helga, challenge level 2.
Okay, so it's 6 but minus 2, so
Yep.
it's 4. Only one.
One success. You don't notice it. Bryn, you make the same perception check.
2 successes.
2 successes. You like stretch and you hear a snapping sound as you do, and you stretch backwards and like you hyper extend, and Helga doesn't notice it, but you notice that your back like breaks. It snaps back on itself and bends back at an unnatural angle. And there's like the feeling of bones popping inside you, like shattering in your body.
While this is happening,
It's extremely agonizing.
Yeah, I'll scream.
while that's happening, I want to be looking out the window, seeing if I can find anyone, so that I'm not noticing this at all as well.
Yeah, from that window, you see the shape of one of the, I'm going to say it's, who are we going to have? Lutz is standing with a torch like 100 meters away at the fence line.
Okay. And I kind of like sort of see if he can see me or anything.
Yeah, you're not sure if you can.
Cool. And I'll turn back
Bryn
around.
screams.
I whip my head around.
You whip your head around and you see that as he stretches out, his fingers all just break. They just snap backwards on themselves. And then like, have you ever seen this machine when it turns on and it goes like, his fingers basically all snap back at like 90 degrees, and then they all just go and like move back into their normal positions, but they're like 50% longer than they were before. And you see his nails are pushing out and growing sharper. There's hair like pushing out on his forehead. His face is breaking. His jaw snaps and pulls forth, and he's just screaming.
Are you okay, buddy?
And as you turn to the front door, you see a woman standing there on legs, long and bony.
Standing at the front door.
Yep.
Okay. She's inside though.
Yep.
Great. Okay. I'm going to try and grapple her. I know that this probably isn't going to work, but I'm going to try anyway.
Okay, make a combat roll.
Does she declare first?
You've got high reflexes.
Yes.
So she's just defending herself if you attack. She's just attacking, standard.
1.
3.
Yep.
You go to charge her and she just casts you aside with
Yeah.
the defensive thing. Doesn't hurt you.
It's fine.
And yeah, she is actually how you saw her in the insane vision. Like she's got these double jointed legs and bony and creepy looking and this long hanging nose.
Yuck.
And she's like, last chance to take my offer. And her eyes flit to Bryn. Bryn, your pain is unbelievable, but you're swelling. You're now like 7 foot tall and starting to pop out. Muscles are bulging on you.
Cool.
Your wound suddenly feels light. In fact, all your wounds heal completely.
Heck yeah. Woo.
Do you respond to Baba Yaga?
I'd say what I said before, and I'd just say never.
Cool.
We will perish here together.
And then Bryn's transformation finishes. You're going to give us a howl?
No.
Goes the howl. You are standing, and there is a freaking werewolf where Bryn was standing.
Okay, so then I'm kind of more terrified of Bryn at this point. So I'm going to slowly stand up and kind of back myself into the corner, like in slow movements. I hope he doesn't notice me.
Bryn, you may increase your strength and your reflexes by 1.
You have werewolf claws that can be used in close combat. So like knives,
Okay.
but they're +2. But you are going to have only 1 point of natural proficiency with using them, unless you have unarmed combat already.
No.
So you can add a vocation for free that says werewolf. You can have 1 point in it, and then you can have 1 point in claws and fangs, because you're very unfamiliar with them, but you innately get some level of knowledge of how to use them.
How does Baba Yaga respond?
She seems sort of alarmed, actually. Like this was a very unexpected turn of events.
Cool. I'm kind of like, if he doesn't kill me, hopefully he kills her. And that's fine. I just don't want to get in the way now.
Bryn's going to be having a bit of a mental issue with this too, I'd imagine.
Yeah, well, I was contemplating rolling to determine who I attack when I get to attack.
This is the thing that's interesting, is that you actually transform and you have some level, like you have awareness. You're not like a wild beast. You twist and change, but you're looking out of the world with Bryn's eyes. I mean, your vision's slightly different, but you don't look at Helga and be like, who is Helga? It's like, no, she looks like Helga. You know who she is.
There's control there. Yeah, I mean, if I'm cognizant and I'm still Bryn, then I'm going to go straight for the witch.
Go for a throat.
Yeah.
You're going to attack her.
Yeah, go straight for it.
You have higher reflexes, so what combat action would you... Well, she is just fighting, so she's not taking any combat action, just combat.
Can I charge?
Yes, you can. Are you excited to be on even footing?
Oh, look, my dice rolls have been absolutely abysmal, so...
That's fine. You have 11 dice versus 10. What's your charge?
+2.
So 12 dice versus 11.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Helga?
I am going to investigate the room, assuming she's preoccupied, to find a way to start a fire.
You're comfortable with fire all of a sudden?
No, but I want to be able to find the tools to know where it is. I'm not necessarily going to start it.
All right, make a perception check. Challenge level 2. You find the oven starting kindling and firelighter and stuff. And Baba Yaga magically lashes out and scores 4 successes. Rob has not been paying attention to how I've been rolling for this whole campaign either, so you should be okay.
I'm going to Destiny for advantage.
Okay, yep, nice. You get a level 3 victory on her.
Just want to injure her.
Just serious injury?
Yeah.
You smash into her and claw at her and gouge flesh out of Bony Yaga, the Bony.
Yeah.
And yeah, next round of combat, she's taken a serious injury. But you're no longer charging.
Yeah, that's right.
She gets 3 successes.
See, Tickle Duck 5 ones. That's what I rolled. It's crazy. I mean, I know it doesn't matter because it's like 3. It's just...
I think if someone tracked my rolls across... I mean, it's fine. It's good. But let's not talk about rolls. Talk about rolls is really bad. I'm actually going to edit out talk about rolls.
She did.
Yeah.
So...
7.
How you want to do this, Rob?
Teeth.
Okay.
Throat. It's wolfy.
So you dive in.
Yeah, I'll just go for the throat.
So you watch the wolf that is standing in the place that Bryn used to be as it leaps upon Baba Yaga the bony-legged and just tears her throat out. A geyser of like Icarus black blood sprays across the room and his muzzle is just soaked in this blood as he goes in, tears a chunk out and goes back for more until he pulls out like something gristly thick and with substance. So he like doesn't just bite and remove, he tears viscera out of her neck until her head like lolls backwards on basically spinal cord because that's all that's left.
Great.
And then she just drops in a bony sagged pile on the ground.
We forgot to take the head of the other one, I just remembered.
Got cooked.
Oh yeah, we can take this one now. Okay. That's terrifying. I look at... well, the
Do I
werewolf.
finish giving the world's worst ticky?
Yeah. I mean, you take like a good 30 seconds, like tearing her to pieces.
Okay, well then I'm going to stand up and look around. I'm curious, is there any mirrors in this place?
Destiny roll. I'm going to say low is you don't want a mirror, right?
I'm just curious.
I want to know what's a better outcome for your character. To not see a mirror or to see a mirror in this moment?
Survival, I think. Would
So
be the
not
best
seeing a
outcome.
mirror.
No, I think seeing a mirror would be the best outcome. for
Okay,
survival.
so high is seeing a mirror. There is a large mirror in the entrance, like a nightstand, and you catch your reflection in it.
Okay.
Or you don't, sorry, you avoid catching
No,
your reflection in it.
I want to.
You want to,
I
so
want
you
to.
catch your reflection in it.
Bryn in his wolf form, muzzle covered with the blood of this witch, glances across the room and sees his reflection in a mirror. He stops, breathes heavily, takes a step forward to get a closer look, and then another step. And then he sees the truth of what he's become. He gets a text message.
Great.
The realization of what he's become overcomes him, and he howls in agony before knocking the door down.
Bursting out of the
Can I
front
get away
door.
with that?
Yeah, you can burst through
Because
the
I know we
front door.
barricaded it as the issue.
Oh, you're a werewolf. I
You
imagine.
barricade. Oh, okay, so I'll make it a strength check. Challenge level 3, strength athletics.
Athletics.
Yeah. Barreling through it. You've got 4 strength now, though, right? Or like plus 2. Some crazy amount of strength.
Okay, well, you made
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. You smash. That was 5 successes, right? You smash through the front door. What's Helga doing while he's having this realization?
I'm gonna call out to you and just be like, Bryn, is that you? Are you okay? And then I imagine you barrel still to the doors.
Yeah, straight to the door, into the woods.
You smash through the front door.
I'm gonna run over and grab the head of Baba Yaga, imagining it's now been apart from her body.
Yes.
Yep. Am I cool to pick it up? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I grab it by the hair.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then I go outside and
You follow the wolf out.
yeah.
Destiny
So
roll.
I dropped all
Destiny
fours.
roll 9. You smash through the front door, drop to all 4s, and Vilomar is standing about 20 meters away. And in a flurry of motion that is extremely quick, she levels a musket pistol and fires it. Just this explosion of black powder, and she's going to shoot you or attempt to shoot you. Now you are a moving target, so this challenge level. I'm going to use the. And you do have strength. Okay, so she is very good. And gun. All right, so I'm going to get you to make just a base combat roll without a weapon.
Good luck.
So it'll be what, 4 for attributes plus base 3?
Yeah.
Cool. So this is just to avoid getting hurt, basically, because you're just running. Go for it.
Fuck me.
1 success. Remove your dice, sir.
It's okay. She could roll all ones.
The only good roll I've had today is destroy a witch.
Oh.
And she gets 6 successes, so you got 1, right? There is a crack. You have strength.
Yeah, I'll shrug off as many as I can.
How much strength have you got?
3.
3.
Is it
So you
also-
shrug off 3 levels of
Yeah.
injury.
So leaves me with 2.
Cool. So this bullet strikes you as you sort of flit away, and it burns you inside your flesh, and you like limp and run off into the wilderness. And she shouts, "Foul beast!" after you.
I'll run up to Vilma. And not in her aim.
Yep. Well, he runs out, even with a limp,
She won't shoot him again.
just for kicks. A very rough shot. A harpoon lands in the dirt like 5 meters away from you from Lutz, but you know the others don't have ranged weapons, and you barrel off into the forest. She does not have time to reload a musket pistol in that amount of time.
I show her the head. It is done.
One task is done, and she looks at the beast running off. It seems there are more foul creatures here.
That's Bryn. I don't know what happened to him, but
She grabs you by the scruff and pulls you in. And is like, "What do you mean that is Bryn? He is like our brother."
I saw him transform in front of my eyes. Well, kind of. I was kind of a bit distracted, but it's him.
The witch has cursed him.
What can we do?
We can honor him by putting him to rest. It is what he would want.
Helga doesn't like the sound of that, but she's not going to say anything.
He is a beast now. The witch must have cursed him as she died.
I'm going to assume that because I saw your festering wound, but I'm not going to tell that to Vilma. I'm just not going to say anything. Well, I don't know what to say. Does she intend to hunt him now, or
Just say it in character.
do you intend to hunt him now?
We do not. We cannot. He's too fast, but I know wolf forms. My bullet should burn him. He may well die from his injuries. That is for the best. We will mourn him on the road,
Okay.
but we cannot stay. We have another job, Helga. Are you up for it?
Yes. Are they leaving now, or are they going to leave in the
We
morning?
leave in the morning.
Okay. I will follow them back to the village.
They traipse off back into the village. Vilma reloads her gun. Bryn, I'm guessing you just run off into the woods and do whatever Bryn does as a werewolf for the first night. Yep.
I'm going to talk to Vilma and say, I have lodgings elsewhere. Wolfgang, his house is vacant, so I will stay there tonight.
You stay with us, sister. Why would you not sleep with the Brotherhood?
It's kind of a comfy place, to be honest. I haven't had a bed by myself for a very long time, and I also sleepwalk and sleep talk, so you don't want to be anywhere near me.
And what of you?
She says on the road to the children.
What of their parents? The witches are dead.
Their parents left long ago. They were under Wolfgang's care. Free to do with them whatever you wish.
She kneels down to Hansel and Gretel and looks at them, narrows her eyes, and she says,
You work for food, or you die. Our terms are simple, as are our ways. But you proved you can fight, children, and for one so young to show so much promise means you're worthy of your scraps from the table. What say you?
and they look kind of shocked, but they both nod
Cool.
in acknowledgement.
So she lets me go.
Yeah, she lets you go.
Great.
And then she heads back into the tavern.
When it's quiet and everyone's...
But the kids go with her.
Yeah, that's fine. When it's quiet, I want to go out into the forest and go find Bryn.
All right. Are you trying to hide?
Oh, I'm so gone.
You're just bolting
I'm
to the
so
wind.
far gone.
So you just don't stop. I'm going to get you to make an endurance check. And I'm going to give you an extra... I'm going to say the challenge... No, I'm just going to say the challenge level's 3.
Ooh,
One.
one.
Bryn makes it probably a mile or two before collapsing, and you can't continue anymore. You're where the wound is from the bullet. It's like emanating out further. It's like burning you. It feels horrible. It's sapping all your strength. So you like crawling like a wounded dog.
Pour my way forward.
Pour your way into like a nestle into a tree trunk or something, like some cover or something like that.
I'm going to whistle as well while continuing. Knowing he's
Make a survival check to track him. Challenge level 2. He is a giant wolf bolting. He leaves pretty obvious marks.
It's also bleeding.
And bleeding. You have 1 dice.
I'm still at level 2 injury.
So, and then you go. Success. Do you have a destiny? Alas. You fail to track him. You track him for a while, but it seems like he's gone far, far away. And hours later,
I'll
you return.
and then I will join the Grim Gang back again.
Cool. The morning comes. Everyone's packed up and set out. Children have stuff to carry too. They're put to work immediately. They must work for their food. Villamar says, "We lost an honored member of our gang last night. We will remember him. And one day we will come back to ensure that his soul goes to God. But we have matters too pressing to stay and hunt him now. There is a town miles away, but not too far. This town suffers something that the scale of which we have not seen in our time. 100 children gone. We go now to Hamelin." And that's the end of our episode. Yay! All right, gang. Hey, thank you to our patrons. Thank you to our journey. This was a little episode 5 or 6 where we only had 2 players because Jazza went and got himself killed. Yes. Yeah. And we almost got ourselves killed. Well, there you go. We've left the Grim Gang in that spot, and that's the kind of thing that makes me think mi pregunto que harán si cambio el idioma.
Dark Fox.
Professor X.
Rain Aya.
Tickle Duck.
H.A. Macy.
These are the patrons.
Thanks, everyone.
And look at all these other patrons. They're all wonderful too.
You're great.
They are.
We hope you enjoyed the series, guys.
Yeah, that was
It's so different.
It's interesting, and I think it leads into some cool storylines down the line.
Yeah.
Which is nice. If we continue it, when we continue it.
Yeah. Yeah. So thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
That was great.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
What can I say?
I'm excited to see if we continue it, what other characters come up. Because, like, the Grim Gang's pretty big from what you've said, and we've only met 3 of them.
Yeah. There's I picture like a dozen or more on the road at any given time,
Like
and there's
little
chapters of them.
Yeah.
So like we would meet up with other ones. Like I'd picture you get to Hamelin, and there'll be like 2 Grim Gang members there that have been like, we arrived, a day ahead of time. We have been scouting it out. This is the information. Like it's that kind of thing. So yeah, there's heaps of options.
Yeah.
Great.
But thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you.
We won't come back to the Grim Gang for a while. Like that's like a mini campaign. But if there's a lot of love and people really like the setting, we'll re-explore, and it'll be a way to reinvigorate characters. Like you guys obviously won't be playing Bryn.
Won't I?
No.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you might be able to. I don't know how. We'd have to talk about
I've
it.
had some ideas.
What I was thinking is you probably wouldn't be playing Bryn in the next one. But if we kept coming back to it, Bryn could come back. Like we could set up for Bryn to return.
Yeah.
But it'll be hard. But we also wouldn't even need to do Hamelin next. That could just be, how like Stargate, which is an upcoming one shot that we're doing, but I've been watching some Stargate, and they often will be like, "Oh yeah, remember that funny anecdote from Planet P3218?" And you're like, "Wait, that wasn't an episode."
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of episodes that happen that don't. Yeah. So it can be the same thing. Hamelin could just be solved off camera, and we could come in 5 years later or something. So there's plenty of options. And those options are thanks to you guys. So thanks for watching.
Thank
like
you.
and subscribe. Show us the love on all the platforms. We've got podcast platforms, YouTube platforms, Twitch platforms. Watch it live. Do all the good stuff. But until next time,
See you later.
I'll see you later.
Bye.
See you guys.